Welcome back, everyone. This is Manny of the Waste. This is part 4 of the Mega Farm build. So we've been actually getting some really good progress. We've gotten our entire building set up. We've got our farm going. While I was away collecting supplies, we ended up with about 13 people. And we are sitting at, I believe, 78 food. Yeah, 78 food, 13 people. And 100 defense from the last episode. We actually ended up running into an issue with beds, so let's go ahead and get the fourth part taken care of, which is going to be aesthetics and comfort for everyone. So I actually already had to get a couple of stations set up in here just to get everybody cool, but I'm going to go on ahead and put some more bedding down. What I've been trying to do is not stack the beds too close, because there is a pathing issue, whereas if they try to get too close, they won't be able to sleep in the beds. You'll register that you have enough beds in the home, but it just won't have enough. And normally at these type of places, like a farm place, I will go on ahead and just make it bunk sleeping, give them a nice dresser or something like that. Ideally, for a setup like this, you're going to want to go on ahead and cater for maximum capacity. In my case, that'd be 20. So I'm going to have to get a couple of beds down in here, maybe a couple of settees. So I'm going to go on ahead and flesh this out, and then we'll be back. Okay, we're back. It didn't take too long. We got our 20 beds down. I try to set them pretty far apart, that way everybody has their AI pathing. We're gonna get 2 settees, one there, and probably some nice rugs as a nice lead in. Okay, so let's get started. So I usually like to get a good couch. If you come all the way to the end, there is a medium couch that looks pretty decent. Yeah, this one. Plop that down, and maybe one over here. I like symmetry. Sue me. Okay, and maybe like an armchair. Should put some Mama Murphy chairs in here. I had put her chair outside because I was like, hey, what does this look like? Popped the chair down. She sat in it and wouldn't get up until I told her to get off the psycho jet. Okay, so I got 2 settees, and now I want to go ahead and grab a couple of pictures on the wall. Don't want to do too much because we don't want to run out of room for some outside decorations, because what I've noticed is that you can kind of do all you want on the inside. Sometimes they just don't want to be on the inside, and then they'll actually stand outside, especially if you put a bar outside, which is always nice. Okay, we're gonna probably have to be sparing with these paintings because that was nice. Our size limit is getting up there. This wasn't one of the biggest settlements to start with, but I kind of liked it, and I wanted to show people that you can still make something nice and cool on a size budget. So we'll see what these rugs get in here like. I don't think they want rocket ships though. I could be wrong. I should ask. I should be like, hey, y'all want rocket ships? You like rocket ship carpet? And they'd be like, oh, I had it when I was a boy. I haven't seen it since the last reactor spill. What was it, old? 12 years ago. There. And I gotta say, it looks pretty good in here. Okay. So, thanks to roof power, we're going to go on ahead and just plop some lights down. If you've caught my little short special on roof power, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. The roof power, the pylons or the mini pylons on the roof are supplying power throughout the whole building. So not only am I getting power on this floor, I'm getting power on the lower floors. And we are getting full, but that's okay because we're almost done. Yeah. Okay, so we're all fleshed out in here, and I think it looks good. We still got our second floor to deal with, so we might have to do a little bit of cannibalizing outside. I've been pulling these potatoes out simply because for the size of it, they're just not worth it. When Buddy over there, he can go work that mud fruit, which is what he needs to go do. So we'll pull some potatoes back and get us a little bit of space. And that's stuff you can do. Like, I could always come out here, clean my fence up a little bit, make the area slightly smaller. That way I get more. But anyways, I've noticed that everybody likes to kind of hang out here. So what I first like to do is I go on ahead and I get me a bar. Now, be warned, you need local leader 2 just to make the regular one. And to make the real bar, you need cap collector 2 and local leader 2. But if you're trying to do what I do and do it legitly, you're going to have cap collector, because if you don't, you just don't get enough for your trade, and it's just a real pain. Because as I told everybody, you got to be copper rich in order to achieve this. Sorry, we'll get rid of some more of these potatoes, because there's still a lot of mud fruit. See, look, we've been removing all these potatoes, and we're only down to like 73 food. I'm sorry, shorty. I know you was working them potatoes, and they looked delicious. But I'm gonna need you to get out here. There we go. On this, my winners. Okay. So now I got a pro tip. You see how I'm pointing at this guy? It shows me everything that he's doing. So you can see that he's on this one potato and a couple of mud fruits back there, and that one right there. The game really should have explained that, because for the longest time you just didn't know. Alright, we're getting sidetracked. So now that we got our bar up, I'm not going to tell anyone to man it yet, because we just don't have enough people. In a little bit we'll hit 16 because our happiness is going up, and then we'll be able to put more. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get us some nice stools to go out in front of our bar. I noticed that you'll take a big hit in the happiness department for not having chairs out in the area where they like to hang out. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can still like do whatever. You know, you're not gonna lose anything. Probably some productivity if you're into the meta game like I am, and about making tons of money, because I didn't really pay for that bar. In fact, we'll put another store up and I'll show you guys that. But I didn't pay for that bar. That bar was made from the caps that I get from all of the bars and restaurants all around my settlements, which I thought was pretty cool. And that's like part of the way to become a cap baron. And then it lets your settlements work for you, which is beautiful. So we got a little bit of that. I'm gonna go in here, grab a nice coffee table. I don't want to obstruct anything. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab a radio. These are super important. I'm not really too sure why, but I mean, I guess when they programmed it, they decided to humanize the NPCs. So when you got radio out here, and it would rain, and well, actually it doesn't even matter, it'll be raining and they'll still be outside hanging by the radio. So now I'm gonna go on ahead and put some lights. What I usually do with these bars is I pop lights right here, and then some on the side over here. It just gives like a 360 illumination, and it helps when people are hanging out. Another thing you can do is you can put these on your large pylons, so that way you can get a little bit of light going out that way. There, just illuminate the scary zone back here. Alright, and I'm thinking that's pretty livable, and we're in the yellow, so we're about to hit our limit. But that's okay. Last part is the upstairs, so I'll meet you guys there. Alright, we're at the home stretch. Last place is just to go ahead and flesh out this upper deck. I think I'm just going to make a nice lounge since our sizing has gone critical. But this was always kind of a small place. So, just wait for the magic. Alright, and we're done, guys. This has been a really super fun build. We got the upper decks flushed out. We got our downstairs looking real regal, real crisp. A nice inviting place to come to after a hard days of farming. We got our mega farm established. We're already at 75 food with only 13 people. I'm going to use that last little sliver of growth to add some more crops as soon as we get the people to sustain them. We got our nice bar area and outside lounge established. So this build is good and this build is done. So I'm gonna make another video in maybe a couple of weeks just as a recap, because it takes maybe a day or so for the settlement to get to 20, and then we'll make a full recap video about how everything did, and how it goes. So this is Manny of the Waste. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like for more action. Thanks for watching. Take care.